Alright, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory unto the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Raka Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Ahmad Bayan coming to you with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Raka Kodash. Alright, I have this video here. I want to play basically as you see on the headline here, it says warning for the land of Trinidad and Tobago. Alright, it's basically a lady here got a dream, and of this place. Look, the time is now 10:44. Kalalalia Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kodash. Alright, and those of you who basically new in this, or always hear about the Hebrew Israelites, alright, or came to the knowledge that you are a Hebrew Israelite, alright, you're either one of the so-called Negroes, the Hispanics or Native American Indians today, or one of those that are scattered among the heathens that look like the other nations, alright. They, y'all are Israelites, alright, and the true power, alright, our power name, alright, the Most High name is Yahweh, alright, Yahweh. He exists, alright. He's also known as the King of Terrors, alright. He have a terrible side of him, alright, because many of our people out there today, or people in the world today overall, alright, they like to say God is all love, and God is just all love, He's good and He's good all the time, alright. But really and truly the Lord is a just power, He's a balanced power, He deals with good and evil. He creates both, alright. So we're gonna get into this video here. I have a next one I want to play also, but this one a little lengthy, alright. So I feel I would just cut it and I'll do two parts of this video, alright. So we'll base on this video here folks. But before I play that video, let me just get the scripture here. This is Joel 2:28. It says, and it shall come to pass afterwards that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions, and also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days I will pour out my spirit. Alright, so the Lord pouring out the spirit upon all flesh. We seeing many people, many jakes out there getting dreams, and we also seeing many heathens also getting dreams, alright, of what is there to come, alright. Some people getting dreams of people being delivered, some people getting dreams of the place in chaos, right. It have a lot of deaths, a lot of murders, alright, all these things taking place, alright. And Yahushai, which the world is ignorantly called Jesus Christ, his name is Yahushai, alright. He saves, he delivers, alright. He's also the son of the King of Terrors, alright. So if the Lord is terrible and also have a terrible side of him, what do you think Yahushai is coming with? Alright, he coming brutally. He's coming to destroy this place, alright, these heathens, alright. If you want to chime on that one, so let's get into this here.
Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whenever or whatever type of the day this message would have catch you. Greetings to you coming from the heart of God, Can't Hide the Truth End Time Ministry, Minister Georgia here. This is a direct message for the land of Trinidad and Tobago. I got a visitation in my dream this morning, which this is not my first dream that I've dreamt about the land of Trinidad and Tobago, but it is the first within a 3-year mark that I've gotten. The dream that I got this morning, usually when I get a dream like this, I would pray about it, but the Holy Spirit would have led me to make a video to send out a warning to the land of Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago. You have been found wanted and you're hanging in the balance. I dreamt that all of Scarborough, I went in the town and I dreamt that.
And she talking about so like speaking about Tobago side here.
Sea came back and took the land, but the Holy Spirit would have led me to make a video to send out a warning to the land of Trinidad and Tobago.
Alright, Salakia. Alright, because you know Trinidad and Tobago is a very proud country. Alright, it have a lot of mixture of different cultures and whatnot here. Many of you all probably visit here already. You all know about the carnival and all these things and whatnot. All these things is wickedness actually. Alright, it might look pleasant to many of your eyes from the other side of the fence, but really and truly when you pay attention to the things that happen on this side, right, is a lot of wickedness, there's a lot of witchcraft, there's a lot of evil doing, right? These things just tend to cause people to sin, right? These carnivals and all these things, people committing adultery and whatnot, alright? It have a lot of abominable things taking place over here, alright? And that's why this place is being reserved to be destroyed, alright? Trinidad and Tobago is being reserved to be destroyed because many of our people today like to say that God is a Trini. Alright, let me see if I can get the picture for you. Alright, look at me here. So many people like to make this whole thing seem like, you know, the Lord is a Trini. No. And you don't even look like this. Alright? This is so-called white man God. And this is how our people are so far gone. This is why they are going to be destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because the prophets of the Lord, they scattered on the four corners of the earth. Right? For another chime on that one. We preaching this gospel on the four corners of the earth. The scriptures talk about this word is going out through all out the earth. So people are going to hear this word. But we have a lot of mockers and scoffers over on this side also. So we know that what we're doing out there on the highways and byways is correct. Alright? Because people look at this country as like God is a Trini. Right? Because we get earthquakes, we get storms and all these things, but how things has happened is that, you know, the storm does grow very big. You know, by the time it reach a certain part of Trinidad, you know, it bend. You know, it has so many mountains and hills and valleys on our side that it tends to break down. You know, the storm tends to simmer down by the time it reaches a little closer to the island, and then it take a curve and continue going up. Alright, sometimes it is hit Tobago more, and it will go up to the other countries higher up and more destroy on their side. Right? So people always have that mindset that, hey, you know, they never get in touch. Alright? So Trinidad is just like Babylon. It's like mini Babylon. It is going to get touched. Alright? It is going to get destroyed. Just like how Babylon, aka America, believes that they can never be touched. They are going to be touched. Right? By thermonuclear fire. By those ICBM missiles that come into from Russia, China, and all these other countries. Right? And Trinidad is also going to get touched. Right? So let's go back to the video. Salakia.
Trinidad and Tobago. You have been found wanted and you're hanging in the balance. I dreamt that all of Scarborough, I went in the town and I dreamt that the sea came back and took the land from the port in Scarborough to that beachfront right back around to the library at the bottom of Burnett Hill. All was underwater.
And you know, a lot of people get in that dream also. Like 144 on the screen again. Alright, a lot of people got dreams of Trinidad and Tobago being underwater. I myself got that dream, you know, a couple of years back. Alright, when I was in the truth, you know, seeing that, you know, Trinidad was like about how many? About 12, between about 12 to 15 feet. Again, was just, you know, Trinidad was basically peeking out of the water. 12 to 15 feet of the island itself was peeking out of the water. You know, it was just a little more water just to completely cover it. Alright? And it's a frightening thing to see. But we know why these things are happening and that these things are going to come to pass. Alright? Because the Lord's words are faithful and true.
The people there began to panic. It was chaos all about. We tried to get some people out, but only some was saved. We called for the church buses. There was a limited amount. Everybody, a matter of fact, was running to higher ground. I don't know about you, but there is an unrest in the land of Trinidad and Tobago. And this is what the Lord is saying to Trinidad and Tobago. Listen me out. Ezekiel chapter 22.
Alright, when she went into it here, she just read basically, but I'm gonna read it and I'm going to get it, but you know, I'm gonna break it down parts of it. Alright. Alright, it's the book of Ezekiel chapter 22 verse 1. You see into the top it says the sins of Israel. Alright, now in Trinidad and Tobago here it has a lot of Israelites. Alright, more or less like the tribe of Benjamin. Have the tribe of Judah also here. Alright, it have also Jamaica, you know, different parts of the Caribbean, you know, basically the whole Caribbean, you know, it have a lot of Israelites based on this side, you know. Haiti is also one, you know, and those are the people closest to the Lord. If you if you didn't know that, all right, these people in Haiti, you know, they are the closest to the Lord. You know, they are the Levites actually, all right. And look how wicked they are today. And sometimes you just wonder why it is they always getting struck by storms and always getting struck by earthquakes. All right, it's because they are the closest to the Lord. All right, they are the Levites. All right, they are the priests. And look how far gone they gone. All right, look how far gone they are actually. All right, but in the kingdom they are going to be back in their right mind after they pass away on this side. All right, this is Ezekiel chapter 22 and 1. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh. All right, the Lord in all caps here speaks about the Most High Yahweh. All right, Yahweh is his name. All right, he exists. When you go into the word Yahweh, when you go into the word Lord, Salakia, all right, in the interliner, just real quick for edification's sake, right, you will see Yahuwah, all right, his name is Yahweh, all right, because the Hebrew alphabet, it has no E, it has no O, all right, it has no V, right, it has no G, all right, so that is Yahweh, right.
Strong's H 3068. Yehovah. Yehovah.
Right, Yahweh. Now on top here, you will see this, the Assyrian Hebrew. You know, the watered down Hebrew that these Israelis and them give you, right? That they just speak. It's written here, but they pronounce it in a different way. You know, and the reason why they will pronounce this name in a whole different way is because the name of the Lord is dreadful among the heathens, right? They cannot call upon the Lord's name, all right? The Lord don't deal with them. They are heathens. The Lord deal with Israel, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians today, all right? So this is the Lord name in the Hebrew here, but in this watered down Hebrew, this is also his name here, right? His name is Yahweh, all right? You read from right to left, from left, Salakia, yeah, from right to left, all right? From the little comma sign you're seeing to the other end where you're seeing the N sign, right? Yahweh, right? That is his name. He exists. Ezekiel 22 and 1 again, it says, moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, now, thou son of man, wilt thou judge the bloody city? Yea, thou shalt show her all her abominations, right? They shall Salaki. You know, because the Lord set up his you know, the judges. He set up the men of the Lord. He set up the prophets of the Lord, all right, to do what? To teach you people out there, to warn you people from what is there to come, all right? Because before the Lord bring us a sure slaughter upon the earth, right, upon you Israelites out there, the rebellious house, the ones that refuse to turn back to him and to acknowledge him and to remember his name, he sends forth a warning, all right, and he sends forth his prophets, and this is what we're here to do today, all right, to prophesy against great kingdoms and whatnot when they're going to fall, all right. And one of that great kingdom right now that is running is Babylon, aka America, all right. It's great in a lot of your eyes, but really and truly it's a shithole. It's going down, and all these other countries also with it. It says, Verse 3. Then say thou, thus saith the Lord, power, the city sheddeth blood in the midst of it, that her time may come, and make it idols against her, and make it idols against herself, to defile herself. Right? Plenty of our people did what? They went on to other idols and whatnot, especially here in Trinidad and Tobago. It has, as I mentioned, has a lot of different cultures, and a lot of people from foreign like to come over to experience these things, you know, the food, the different the cuisines and whatnot, you know. And a lot of these things, you know, a lot of these religions is not of the Lord. Alright, all these religions basically, Salakia, is not of the Lord. Alright, we who know as ourselves today as being a Hebrew Israelite, alright, we turn back to the Lord. The others that refuse to turn back to Him, they stay in the world. Alright, they believe that they are a Trinidadian. They believe they is Venezuelans. They believe they are Jamaicans. They believe they are Grenadians. They believe they are Americans. They believe they are all kind of whatever country you come from. They believe they are those people. Alright? But that is just a way that Esau came with to confuse people. Right? By calling people bywords and proverbs. By giving people different names. They calling lands after their names. Right? After they steal it from you. Right? Continuing here, verse 4, it says, thou art become guilty in thy blood, that thou hast shed, and hast defiled thyself in thy idols, which thou hast made, and thou hast caused thy days to draw near, and art come even unto thy years. Therefore have I made thee a reproach unto the heathen, and a mocking to all countries. Alright? Those that be near and those that be far from thee shall mock thee, which art infamous and much worked and much vexed. Behold, the Prince of Israel, every one wherein thee to their power to shed blood, in thee have they set light by father and mother. In the midst of thee have they dealt by oppression with the stranger. In thee have they vexed the fatherless and the widows. Right? Because, you know, in this time, this day and age, we see a lot of Jakes oppressing Jakes. We see a lot of heathens oppressing Jakes. Right? And the Lord made it that way. Why? Because we sin against Him. Alright? We sinned against Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. We went serving other gods. We went playing the harlots. Alright? That is what our people went and do. And therefore that's why we here in this island here today called, you know, Trinidad and Tobago. Right? And many of our people today, they're not understanding that they are really Israelites and not Trinidadians. Right? These are lands that we were just scattered to. Alright? This is not our true land. Alright? This is not our true land. Verse 8, it says, thou hast despised my holy things, and hast profaned my Sabbaths. Right? Because the Sabbath is not what people today call the Sabbath. You know, many years, many decades now, you know, people keep saying Friday and Saturday is the Sabbath. Friday and Saturday is the Sabbath. No. Yes, it is fall on those days at times, but really and truly the Sabbath starts at the beginning of a new moon. Right? When you understand the new moon goes into a new month. Right? That is what the new moon represents, a new month, right? And the new moon, it has a slight line, a slight crescent, a white light. There's glow of the moon, right? And that means the moon is a new moon. It's going into that new month. Basically, it's the first day of the month, right? It's not like what IUIC teaches you people out there, all right? If some of y'all following those groups, you need to stop following those groups, because they're not teaching the 100% truth, all right? They're not even giving you the true name of the Lord. They're calling the Lord Most High Christ Bless, and that is not the Lord's name, all right? His name is Yahweh, all right? He's the King of terrors. You're supposed to fear him, all right? His only begotten Son is Yahweh Shai, all right? Not Christ, not no Jesus, all right? None of those names. Yahweh Shai is his name, all right? So what IUIC teaches you is that the full moon is the beginning of the month, which is a lie. Because if the new moon represents the beginning of the month, right? The new moon is something new. Picture a baby. When a baby is now born, baby young. So the little crescent light that you see on the new moon, right, represents like a newborn. And what has happened when a child grow? They get older and older and older. They get bigger and bigger. Days go by, and the light on the new moon, the next day the light will get even bigger, right? The third day it will get even bigger. The fourth day it will get even bigger. When it reach the seventh day, it's going to reach the first quarter. When it reach another 7 days after that first quarter, it's going to reach a full moon. From that full moon, it's going to start to decrease, right? After that 7 days, and then another 7 days, you go straight back to a new moon again, right? It's simple to understand. So our people don't understand how to follow the Sabbath. They just think that they just go in with the notion of what Esau teach you. But Esau teaching you things to stay away from your true power, which is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, why Yahweh Shai. Alright? Those are the only two entities you have to be calling upon, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Alright? Let's continue here, verse 9. It says, "In thee are men that carry tails to shed blood, and in thee they have eat upon the mountains. In the midst of thee they commit lewdness." Right? "In thee have they discovered their fathers' nakedness. In thee have they humbled her that was set apart for pollution. And one has committed abomination with his neighbor's wife, and another has lewdly defiled his daughter-in-law, and an other in thee has humbled his sister, his father's daughter." So you see the type of wickedness taking place. Alright, and here over here does have all this foolishness. The whole world does have it. Alright? But we more coming on Trinidad and Tobago here in this video. It says, "In thee have they taken gifts to shed blood. Thou hast taken short on usury and increase, and thou hast greatly gained of thy neighbors by extortion, and hast forgotten me, saith the Lord power. Behold, therefore, I have smitten my hand at my dishonest gain, which thou hast made, and thy blood and at thy blood which has been in the midst of thee, can thy heart endure, or can thy hands be strong in the days that I shed Salakia, in the days that I shall deal with thee? I, the Lord Yahweh, has spoken it and will do it. Right? So the Lord is going to bring what? A swift judgment upon those that refuse to hearken unto him. The ones that want to be part of this world. The ones that want to be part of all these abominable things. Alright? These are a lot of difficult times that is coming. Alright? We're seeing it. People hardly spending money. People hardly making money. You know? Things reaching to a point where, you know, you're not seeing many works out there for any people. You know, people not working. So what you think going to happen? A lot of robbery, a lot of things are going to start to take place. Right? People breaking into each other's homes. You know, trying to find food to feed their young ones. Right? People are going to find it. People are going to get their debt. Breaking in other people's homes, because some people are going to be able to defend their home properly. Some would not be able to accomplish that. Alright? Let's read 2 Timothy 3:1. It says, difficult times will come, to the headline. It says, this know also that the day in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. Right? Trinidad and Tobago is known for all these type of things. Alright? Without natural affection, truth breakers, false accusers, innocent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of power, having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof. From such turn away. Alright? Many of our people are turning away from the Lord. Alright? Many have turned away from the Lord. Alright? Since we have been put in slavery. Alright? What your slave master used to do to you. They used to beat our people. Alright? They used to beat them for... They used to beat them for... in order for them to eat swine flesh. Because our people knew that they still knew the law. Right? And what the slave master will do is give you abominable foods to eat. Alright? And beat you into eating it. Alright? The younger ones that growing up, they will just be grown up in it. And so forth. That's how the curses just continue multiplying and going. Alright? Because our people grew up in the curses. This is our captivity we are in. Alright? This world is like a massive jail cell. Alright? We are in prison. This flesh is also known as the chains of darkness. It has caused you to go off. Alright? So all that the lady was speaking about concerning the floods and whatnot that is coming. We could go to the book of you go to Revelation, but she spoke about the floods. The island basically being covered. Alright, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 16, and verse 17. Alright, it says a seven bowl of wrath. Alright, and it's from the Lord. It's from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Alright, because he's very great in power. Alright, all these earthquakes and these storms and these hails and different things that you're seeing happening right now on the earth, right? Mountains falling, avalanche, all these different things. This is the Lord doing. He could do these things. Alright, that's why he's supposed to be feared. Alright, it says, and the seventh angel poured out his vial into the air, and there came a great voice out of the temple of heaven from the throne, saying, It is done. And there were voices and thunders and lightnings. Alright, that's another way how the Lord is speak. Alright, that scripture is to back that up, showing you that the Lord is speak that type of way. Alright, it says, and there was a great earthquake, such as was not since men were upon the earth, so mighty an earthquake and so great. Right, and what's going to cause that earthquake? What's going to cause that earthquake is those ICBM missiles. Right, when they hit Babylon the Great, aka America, is going to shake the whole entire world. It's going to shake the whole earth. Alright, the whole foundation of the earth, because it's all these different islands and whatnot you're seeing. It have a lot of water separating certain places, but really and truly it have land beneath most of these parts of the water. Alright, because in the days of old it was one huge land, one huge earth. The earth is really just the foundation where water is not covering. But because since after the days of Noah, with the flood, things partition off, water covered certain part of the earth and whatnot, so it tend to make it look like a little island and so forth, right? But really and truly is one huge massive earth. That's how the Lord created it, right? So those missiles that is going to hit Babylon, aka America, is going to rock the whole entire earth. Alright, it's going to cause what? Tsunamis, right? Earthquakes, a great earthquake, after a great earthquake come, we see big tsunamis come. Alright, we just see that many times with Japan and in China, right? Where they're famous for getting those things. Trinidad is going to get it also. Right, the whole Caribbean is actually going to get it. Alright, we're going to see it more here. Verse 19, it says, and the great city was divided into three parts, and the cities of the nations fell, and great Babylon came in remembrance before power, to give unto her the cup of the wine of a fierceness of his wrath. And every island, there's the point here, and every island fled away, and the mountains were not found. Hence the reason why many people get in dreams of different parts of the Caribbean being washed away, right? Because of the plague that is going to come upon Babylon. That great plague, those missiles, those arrows, those talents, they're coming from the Lord, and they're coming to destroy America. Alright, and every other country that basically likes to follow in America's footsteps, they are going to get washed away. Alright, and we're going to reach that point just now. But let's go to the book of Isaiah, and we're going to close it off from there. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 24. And verse 20. It says, the earth Let's see some. I'll start from verse 19. Isaiah 24:19, it says, the earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean, dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. Right? The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. Right? Why? Because the missiles that is going to hit Babylon is going to be so great, so dreadful, that every place is going to feel it. Alright? Every place is going to feel it. That's how dread it's going to be. Right? The place is going to rock to and fro. You ever see, you experience a 7.0 and a 8.0 earthquake already? Some people experience it already, some only experience a 6 for the highest for them. But you see how the places rock like jello. You understand? You put jello in a plate and you just give the plate a little shake. You see how it does just wiggle. Alright, the place is going to, how you think this place is going to rock? It's going to be a very dread earthquake. Verse 28 says, the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, that the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. Right? That's just it there. Alright, so yeah. So those of you who think that, you know, this man is a Trini, you know, he must be a Trini. But he actually is a Trini. This image that you're seeing here on your screen right now, that many of you all believe and trust in. Alright? This is going to be your shame. Alright? For trusting in something like this is going to be your shame. Not trusting in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai and doing the righteous things. Alright? You all continue doing your shit. Alright? Don't say that we didn't warn you. Alright? So with that, I hope this lesson here was edifying to the elect of Israel. I'd like to give all praises and glory unto the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakah Kodash, and double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation to the faithful elect. Shalom.